The biggest glow ups nobody talks about doesn't show through pictures, it radiates through energy. Hi, my loves. Welcome to the Finding Us podcast. I'm your host, Isabella Gavela, and today we will be talking about what a true glow up really is. I have seen, I think, every single glow up video, like all of them. That is like my feed. My feed is literally all about, you know, looking better, being better, all of this type of stuff. But it's always about makeup routines, hair tutorials, acne hacks, what to wear, and just more ways to change your appearance. If all that's being shown to me to glow up is just, how to look prettier. And it's by girls that are really pretty and definitely looks like they had a glow up. Of course, that's what I'm gonna follow. But chasing that still made me feel empty and it just didn't make me feel like I actually glue up. And that's when I realized that trying to be a new person didn't make me glow. Okay, so story time. In 2024, I was the type of girl that her entire feed was just how to glow up. And it was just glow up tips. I followed the 5 minute ab workouts. I did these Latina makeup routines that, like, I don't know if you guys remember that, like, everyone would just talk about like Latina makeup all the time back then. I would straighten my hair because I was like, okay, this is what makes me pretty. This is what's gonna make me pretty. But somehow that didn't fulfill me. Doing all of this just made me feel worse. I thought I looked prettier. I think people are gonna see me as prettier because I'm doing what they want me to do. But I'm not feeling happier. I'm just feeling sadder. I don't feel like I grew up at all. It doesn't feel like a glow up. It feels like I'm just doing what people want me to do. So in a way, I just felt prettier because people would tell me, they're like, oh my gosh, you look so pretty. I'm like, oh, thank you. So that made me, feel like, okay, what I'm doing is working. But I don't feel like my best self. I feel so empty. And the reason why I felt so empty was because I didn't know how to be my own person. I didn't know what was best for me to glow up. I just thought that trying to be what everyone wants me to be was gonna make me glow up, but it really didn't. And people told me, people are like, oh my gosh, you glue up, you look so pretty. And I'm like, oh, thank you. But it didn't feel like a glow up to me because every single time I wake up and I look in the mirror, I'm like, why am I trying to be someone I'm not? Doing all of this made me begin to hate myself. It made me start like not liking how I looked when I wake up. I didn't like how I looked without makeup. I couldn't have a smile on my face if my hair was curly. I would go insane if I had a breakout. Like, why after I'm eating I get bloated? And it was like, it made me sad. It's like, why am I not what I'm seeing on social media? Because I see all these girls that are pretty, that they don't have acne, that they have straight, beautiful hair, they have a perfect makeup routine, and they just look so like beautiful inside and out. And then I realized that the reason why those girls look so pretty is from their energy. Their energy just radiates. Like, you can tell when someone is truly happy with themselves. If you see someone bullying others, the first thing you think is, oh, they're probably just sad with themselves. They don't like themselves. They're trying to bring others down. It's the same thing. Whatever is going on in your mind, believe it or not, it will show one way or another. So if you do not like how you look and you are trying to be someone that you're not, it will show and it will be very noticeable. But when you begin to love yourself and you begin to do things for you and not for other people, is when you will truly feel like you actually did something and you actually had a change in yourself. A glow up is not a punishment for who you are right now. You do not need to feel like in order to glow up, you have to hate yourself. You do not need to feel like your current self needs to be punished just because your dream self is not who you are right now. You don't need to tear yourself apart trying to follow all of these tips and trying to do all of these things just so you can feel like you actually had a glow up. Because you're not going to feel that way. You're going to feel like you had a glow down. Mentally, that's how you feel. Maybe physically, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, you literally had a glow up. You look so pretty. But you're doing it for people. You are not doing it for yourself. Because if you do it for yourself, you're not going to be tearing yourself apart trying to do all these tips that you see on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. That's not how it's going to be. Growth does not mean that your old self was bad. It just means that you are evolving as a person. That's what us humans do. It's a fact. Humans are always evolving. Like, just look at us like 300,000 years ago. If we were here 300,000 years ago, we evolved into better people, but that doesn't mean that our old self was bad. It just means that we evolved. Of course, your appearance can be part of the glow up, but it just shouldn't be like the foundation. It shouldn't be the reason why you are glowing up. When we tell ourselves, I want to be a better person, I want to look brand new, I just want to like have like a whole 360, I want to be so much better than I am right now. Of course, our appearance plays into part. Maybe we want to change our hair. Maybe we want to do our eyebrows, do our lashes, whatever it is. And that's fine. That's completely fine. I actually think that Everyone should do that. If you think that you can better yourself in a way physically, you should obviously do that. That's what I did. I dyed my hair, I did my brows. And of course, those things are gonna make you feel so much more confident because you're like, okay, I feel so much better about myself. I feel like I had a change. But that feeling is not gonna last if you do not learn to love yourself first. So I'm not saying that your appearance does not play a part in being a better version of yourself, but it shouldn't be the reason as to why you want to better yourself. It all starts in the mind. You are not gonna like your new hair color. You are not gonna like your new brows. You are not gonna like your new lashes, your new clothes, your new wardrobe, your new house, your new job, your new friends, your new boyfriend, whatever it is. You are not gonna enjoy any of it if you do not learn to love yourself first. That is something I had to learn the hard way. I did not have anyone who told me that. I had to realize it myself because I was trying all these things and I just didn't like it. When I dyed my hair for the first time, I literally didn't even notice a difference. I was like, oh, that's what it is to be blonder? Okay. But I had been talking about it for so long. I was like, I need to dye my hair. I need to dye my hair. I'm gonna be super pretty once I dye my hair. I'm gonna be so happy. It's the only thing I'm missing. No, it wasn't. So you need to start from the beginning. You need to start with, okay, I love who I am right now. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do things that make me feel better about myself. That make me feel like, okay, I look really pretty, but I still love myself. However I look, I'm always gonna love myself. I can be bald. I can be bald right now with a mustache, but I'm still gonna love myself. Do I like how I look physically? Maybe not, but I'm gonna love myself because it all starts from your character. You cannot have a bad character and expect positive energy to radiate out of you. People are going to literally feel pushed away from you if you are a person with bad character, or if you are a person who does not love yourself. People will literally feel pushed away from you without even talking to you. It's just noticeable, guys. I promise you can always tell by the energy. Confidence also comes from keeping promises to yourself. The first thing in every relationship you have with a person, the first thing you want with them is trust. You are not going to be friends with someone that you don't trust. That's obvious. You are also your own friend. So you have to trust yourself. If you're making promises that you're gonna wake up at 6 a.m. and you don't keep that promise, how are you supposed to trust yourself? Because now you know, okay, I'm gonna say one thing, but I always end up doing another thing, so like it doesn't matter. That's not how it should be. You should keep promises to yourself. And if you know you are making a promise that you cannot keep, start small. Start small. You don't need to make promises that are all the way up here when you're all the way down here. You can start here and then here and then here and then you'll work your way up. Everyone's timeline is different. Just because someone is living your dream life right now does not mean that you cannot get there. It all comes from keeping promises to yourself. You need to trust yourself. You need to know, okay, I'm the type of person that when I say this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. If not, I will not say it at all. That's how you should think. I cannot make empty promises, especially to myself. Especially to myself. Because you are not going to trust yourself ever for anything. But once you begin to trust yourself, you begin to build confidence with yourself as well. So you begin to be confident. You start to show that, okay, I'm confident because I know that whatever I say, it is going to happen one way or another. It could be baby steps, it could be years before it happens, but I know I'm gonna do whatever it takes for it to happen because I don't break promises with myself. A glow up has nothing to do with looks, it all starts with your character. Of course, we have to glow up mentally before we can glow up physically because we cannot make any changes to ourselves physically if we don't love ourselves because you're gonna be like, okay, wow, this happened. Well, oh, I feel so pretty for like what, an hour? And then you're gonna go back to feeling exactly the way you felt. You cannot expect to be the best version of yourself if you have a negative mentality. If every day you see everything that's happening to you in a negative light, how do you expect to be the most positive version of yourself? You also cannot have bad habits if you want to be the healthiest version of yourself. I know bad habits are super hard to get out of. I know it's very difficult. A lot of people struggle with some very bad habits, but it's always possible. Everything is possible in this life, guys. If you are really committed to being the best version of yourself, breaking these bad habits that you might have, it's obviously going to seem difficult, but it's going to be possible. Your surroundings as well. How do you expect to grow if everything that's around you is just negative and it's just people that are not going to bring you up? How do you expect to grow? People who want to see you grow will help you grow in whatever way they can. Such a huge thing is having self respect in everything. Knowing your worth, knowing what you deserve. Those are all examples of self respect. You cannot, you cannot be the best version of yourself if you do not have self respect. There is absolutely no way it is possible if you don't have self respect. Because if you don't have self respect, you are never going to want to strive for more. You won't believe that you deserve that. So you need to always have that self respect within you. In relationships as well, don't let a friend or a boyfriend or a family or just a random stranger bring you down. You have to know your worth. You have to be like, no, I respect myself. I'm not going to let someone who quote unquote cares about me actually ruin my life like that or try to bring me down like that. You also need to be super emotionally mature. You need to know what to do in certain situations. You need to understand what is happening in certain situations. You cannot move through life without being mature in situations because then there's no way you're going to grow. And the last thing is confidence. I think this is actually self explanatory. Once you have those 6 things down packed, you are good to go. You can do whatever you want with your appearance. Now you are confident in yourself. You know exactly what you're doing with your life and you know exactly where you want to be and you are doing everything that you can to get there. So when I was on this journey to a glow up, some things that I would do was that I would clean my room because I was like, okay, I need to be in a clean space so I can have a clean headspace. I would also build routines that I can actually manage, not some unrealistic routines that I know I will not be able to do or I know I will not follow. Because one thing about me, I struggle a lot with consistency. So building a routine is probably like the hardest part in this entire process for me because I'm so bad at being consistent with something. I have always been the type of person that I'm always like, one week I'll be doing one thing, the next week I'll be doing another thing. I also stopped consuming content that did not bring me up. If you look at my TikTok feed right now, I'd say like 70% of it is about bettering yourself and about how to be a better person or just striving to be the best you can be, how to make $1 million. Like I have all of that. All of that is on my page. And that is because I stopped consuming harmful content. I stopped getting sad videos. I would click non-interested every single time I would see something to bring me down. I just tried to block that side from my life because I was like, why do I need this negative energy in my life? If what I want is to be a better and positive person, why am I going to consume all this negative content? I also found hobbies that made me interesting to myself. One hobby for me that I think makes me interesting is that I go to the gym a lot. Like, I'm very consistent in the gym. I try my best to eat healthy. And I don't know if those even count as hobbies, but for me, it's a hobby. For me, this is a hobby. I love doing this. I love talking. I feel like it's fun. It's a good way to let out all the advice that I want to give to you guys. I also used to do volleyball. That was also a hobby that I think made me interesting. In my books, I was like, okay, I think volleyball makes me pretty interesting. For me, I love everything that has to do with wellness and self care. That's me. That's something that I love, but those are my hobbies. Those are things that I like to do. So you should find hobbies that you like to do that make you interesting, regardless of what people say. If it's painting, if it's baking, if it's ice skating, if it's basketball, whatever it is, just, find hobbies that you like, that you really enjoy. And the last thing is to take care of your body and not because you hate it. Because I've seen that a lot. I see that a lot on social media. People always talk about, oh, going to the gym because I hate my body. I feel like that is something that we should not be encouraging. When you look in the mirror after a gym sesh and you see that there's no change because results don't come from one day to another, you're gonna feel bad because you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like why is my body not changing? I just did a whole gym session. I just lifted so much weight. I just went super hard. Like I was just like sweating so much. Why do I not see a difference right now? Like, whatever floats your boat. But I think it's better to take care of your body because you appreciate it. The way I see it, I am so lucky to have the body that I have today. That I can walk on both legs, that I can wake up, that I can grab things. I'm so lucky. Not everyone gets that privilege that I can actually go to the gym, that I can actually lift weights, that I can go on runs in the morning. I feel like that is such a huge privilege that we have been given. I don't think that we should hate our bodies that have given us this privilege to wake up, to go to the gym, to be able to function. I feel like that's such a blessing we have been given. So why take advantage of it and why say that we hate our bodies? We should love our bodies, regardless of how we look. Don't try to glow up because it's what society looks for. Don't do it because someone bullied you at school or a coworker said something or whatever it is. Don't do it because of that. Do it because you are ready to truly better yourself, to truly love yourself. I can assure you that after you learn to love yourself, you will glow up in ways that cannot be taught by a TikTok or by a YouTube video or by anything else but yourself. Everyone has a journey, and you have to go through that journey to find out who you are. Here is something that I want you guys to do. I want you guys to think about your daily life, your daily routines, what you do throughout the week. Just think about all of it for a second. I want you to think about one thing in your life that makes you compare yourself to other people and remove it. I also want you to start one habit that makes you feel like yourself. Anything, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Just one thing that you think makes you feel like yourself, that truly makes you feel like yourself. Not your best self, not your worst self, but your true self. Everyone's timeline is different. Just because someone's already there does not mean that you cannot be there. It may take more time, but it is still possible. A glow up is not becoming someone that people finally notice. It's about being someone that you're proud of. I used to think that a glow up meant changing myself, but it actually just meant caring for myself. So hopefully this video is helping you realize how you should actually start your glow up. Anyway guys, that is all for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. And if you would like to share your story, you can comment, shoot a DM, whatever it is. Or you can share this to someone that you think might need it as well. I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys!